Here's the bad thing about Chat GPT and all of this stuff you see online that isn't even true. Okay, some things on Chat GPT are true, but here's what I gotta say. If you really want to do anything authentically, it's not just travel, but I have to share this with you because what I'm seeing are people online talking about things they don't know anything about. They heard from someone that something is good, or they know someone, or they went on Chat GPT and got their whole information from that. Now, in regards to traveling, this is not going to give you the real experience. Now, of course, ultimately, traveling is because, hey, thanks for coming over, CJ, Christopher, thanks for coming on. I'm talking about how getting the real information about travel in this case, but it really applies to anything because with all of this explosion online of information, it's really hard to tell what's real and what isn't. And Chat GPT hasn't been helping. Sure, it helps you with the basic kind of stuff and you can use it for research. But in the end, do you want to talk to somebody that's actually done what you want to do? Or do you want to talk to someone that only heard about it from somewhere, but they have no direct experience? So I'm just on this thing where I'm starting to see people that really just took stuff from Chat GPT and they didn't. My internet connection should be stable because I'm sitting right next to the router, for heaven's sake. What is wrong? Anyway, I hope it's. Can you guys hear me? Can you see the image not being wavery? Looks like it's okay. Oh, good. It looks like we're back on. And I just want you to have an authentic experience because, of course, in the end, you just have to go. But if, say, you're planning, and, when I started travel 20 years ago, I hardly did any kind of research whatsoever. And I would just go and do it on the lam. And this was before Google Maps, before Skype was hardly even started. Lots of things weren't. I mean, my family didn't even know what country I was in. So, I tried that way and it was fun. It's actually fun to do it in that way. However, I do appreciate being connected to my family now and being able to find out things online. I completely do that now, research. But what I'm finding is, do you want to talk to someone who's actually done what you want to do? Or do you just want to get this third party story from someone that didn't even go there, but they're just making a recommendation about it? They don't really know. So what I am recommending, whether you have a one-on-one with me or anybody else that you're going to talk to, I'm going to give a shout out to Expat on a Budget right now, Kimberly Ann, because she moved to Portugal solo with her dog, sight unseen, no support group. She knows how to do it. And what she did could apply to really anywhere abroad. And so she does consultations. My consultations are about planning your itinerary and what you can do to start slow travel right now. And so recently I've been helping people both coming on my retreats and also doing it solo. So if you're interested in, say you want to take a 6-week trip, a 3-month trip, U.S. citizens can be in Europe for 3 months without a visa. So that's a good place to go. Mexico. You can get up to 6 months depending on what airport you land in, and I have a direct experience on this. You can only get 1 month on arrival if you go to Thailand. And then visa rules change all the time. For India, you have to apply online, but you can get, I've had a 5-year visa, not currently for India, and you can get a 6-month visa if you know you're not going to need the 5-year. 5-year visa is good because India is a huge country and it takes, I don't even know how many times I've been there, but I need to go back. So I think next year I'm going to be planning a trip to the Himalayas, which are one of the most beautiful places in the world. So, what I want to share with you, thanks for hanging in here, Christopher and CJ. Appreciate you coming over here. Just that question authority. I'm glad I'm an old hippie because honestly, hi, Frederico. Hey, thanks for the hearts. Thanks for coming over. That makes me so happy. Yay. Um, what was I saying? Oh, about if you want to start like oh, I was talking about visas in different countries. So that'll depending on where you want to start your trip. I can talk to you about budgeting. I've been to 34 countries. So this is direct experience. I talk about stuff that is I've directly experienced. I don't talk about stuff like, oh, you should go to Japan. I've only been to the airport in Japan. I would love to spend a month in Japan or longer, but I can't really speak about it because I haven't done it. So that's where I come from. I speak about countries I've been in, that I've used the money, I've gotten the accommodation, I've done all the stuff, eaten, gone to restaurants and hotels and apartments. So you're getting the real facts. Now, of course, you have to go and see what you're going to find out. Um, but question who you get information from if you really want the real story and you really want to do authentic travel. So there's a lot of different ways. Like I used to only fly to Mexico, but my son had the wild idea of crossing the border in a car, and that's what we did. And I'm really glad that I did that. We've done it a couple of times into Mexico from the United States, and it's a totally different thing than arriving in a fancy airport at one of the big airports in Mexico. Different process entirely. So in some ways, it's easier. The border between California and Mexico is the biggest border crossing in the world. That's how crazy it is there. So you do sometimes get in a big, huge line in your car. But, oh, and I want to make the note that California used to be part of Mexico. So that's why we have so many Spanish speaking people here that live here because we used to be part of them. They were not part of us. Hi, Jay. Thanks for coming over. Yay. So, hey, if you guys have any questions about planning your solo travel or any kind of travel, if you're going with someone, I can help you with that too. My specialty is solo travel because that's what I've done in 34 countries. But everything that I'm going to tell you really applies whether you're going to go with your partner, a friend, or in a group. I can give you advice about that. My direct experience is what I talk about and what I can help you with because, you know, with the way things are getting with travel, I've got to say, you got to be really up on the visa requirements, which change a lot from year to year. Um, So what I've been concentrating on, because I got really after I spent 18 months, I traveled 18 months in Asia to 6 countries and didn't come back to the USA. So that's the longest amount of time I was gone. And one of the reasons was because I got really tired of the whole visa situation. And when I got back to the United States and decided that I was going to base myself here rather than in Thailand, which I was in process to do legally, um, for a long stay residency, a retirement visa. You can get a retirement visa in Thailand starting at age 50. Um, and I was going to get it. I'd already paid it. Process was happening, and then I got in a motorbike accident. So I decided to move to Hawaii. And I'm glad I did, because Hawaii was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I lived on 3 different islands, 3 years, for 3 years over there, and then decided to come back to California and base myself. uh, One of my home bases, I would say my home base is California, but I have another home base in Sicily. So I could spend longer than 3 months there. So my next big trip is to France and Italy, and I'm leading a retreat there for a week in February in Sicily. There's never more than 6 people in my group. So if you're interested, you can come to France with me next year, 2026 in October. And I'll have the links below. But hey, if you have a question, I'd love to answer about. Hi, Jan. I'm glad you came over. I don't know why my interconnection, it says it's okay. I'm looking at my Wi-Fi router. So listen, I really like helping people with this, because if you're planning on taking a trip, you don't want to move out of the country yet. And, you can do that, but I recommend trying out a place first to see if it's going to work. So say if you're planning on like a month-long trip. My first big one was 2.5 months, and I went to 3 countries, and I really don't think it was long enough. I went to Nepal, India, and Bali. And I didn't want to come home. It was too short for 3 countries. That was a very significant milestone in my life, that first trip, because I learned that you can do travel at a much more affordable rate than living in California earning money. Of course, it's great to earn money to do your travel. But there's a lot of different things you can do. I've led many volunteer projects in different countries where I didn't have to pay for housing, and where I got free housing, and I made those. The only one I did ahead of time was the one in Nepal, in Kathmandu. That was arranged ahead of time by email. I was photographing children for the Nepal Youth Foundation, and also teaching the faculty how to take pictures. So we would take pictures together, and then I would teach them in the classroom for a week, and that was so much fun. So you can do things with your skills online as well. And you can also, you don't have to go through some fancy, expensive $5,000 volunteer program. You can present your skills online to the head of the foundation and see if they're interested. Computer skills, you could do photography too. I mean, you don't have to be a professional photographer. You just have to be a good amateur and show your pictures and offer to do it. Because honestly, what I've found being a professional photographer and doing a lot of volunteer projects, the photography they have isn't that good. Because of a lot of different things, equipment, people not knowing how to take pictures. Probably better now with all of, the phones and stuff. But still, I started teaching. Oh, there goes my equipment acting like I didn't ask it to. I started teaching photography 20 years ago based on the fact that when I was a film photographer for 25 years doing assignments, I didn't just start teaching photography. I've had my own photography award-winning business for 40 years in the heart of Silicon Valley, which is very competitive here. So it's not easy to do. So I just want to make that distinction because I started out of the expertise of being able to do it and then wanted to teach other people how to take better pictures because what I was finding was that, yeah, there's a lot of digital stuff to use, phones, cameras, everything, but that doesn't mean you know how to take a picture. I mean, it all comes down to slowing down, looking at your composition, looking at light. I don't use Photoshop anymore. I know how to use it, but I used it for my 11 one-woman exhibitions to just make it look more like how the picture was when I shot it on film and sold a lot of work. So I know what I'm talking about, and so I can help you with that. I have a 4-week mentoring coming up that's very low cost. It's only $99 on school. And so each week, it's only 4 weeks, 90 minutes each time. And there's only going to be 6 people in it. So you'll get a lot of one-on-one attention. And of course, you can always come on a retreat with me. So the next ones are in Italy and France, and you can apply for those. And we have a lot of fun. You just bring your phone. You don't have to bring a fancy camera. You can if you want to. I can teach you how to use it. Or just bring your phone. 90% of people that come to my retreats bring their phones. So, you get to a point where you want to share what you've learned. And this is why I teach the photography and also the solo travel, because these are things that I've concentrated my life on for the past 40 years. 20 years for the travel and 40 years for the photography. And I just looked at I've been writing. I have 6 books on Amazon. I've been writing since I was age 39 and I'm 69. So that's 30 years. So that's I also help people with mentoring on their books because everybody wants to write a book, it seems, and you should get it out there. What is it that you want to share with the world? See, now that I'm older, I'm really seeing this. It's like authentic travel. The reason I got on today was authentic travel. Be authentic. Like, we don't have time for this fake shit. I mean, honestly, why are we wasting any time with stuff that isn't really true? That's why, when I hear people talk about, so for example, the reason I picked authentic travel this morning, because I'm seeing people talk about stuff they have no direct experience on and then acting like it's the truth when they didn't even go there. I did a video on my YouTube channel. I got lots of views. This one, it was a short video on the Amalfi Coast in winter. Well, I've been there twice, once by myself and once taking retreat photography people with me in the winter when there's no crowds. And this very popular blogger, who I won't mention her name, said, "Oh, everything's shut down." It's like, everything is not shut down. So you're telling people the wrong information. And I, I would never go to Amalfi Coast in any other time but winter, maybe early spring, and not any other time because I don't like being in crowds. It's not a problem to me if something is cold, because why not experience it without a million people in front of you? I mean, yeah, there were things that were closed, yes, but not everything is closed. The ferries are still running to Capri. I went to Prosciutto in the winter from Naples on a ferry. Um, some of the restaurants were closed in Sorrento. Sorrento is a good place to stay in the winter because most things are still open. And then you can just take a bus to the Amalfi Coast, which is right around the corner. And then you have all the facilities, the Wi-Fi. I did stay in Amalfi for 3 nights in the winter, and lots of things were closed. It was beautiful, but I went up to Ravello. You can take the bus to Ravello, which has 2 beautiful gardens that you've got to see before you die. They're absolutely jaw drop awesome. And I don't use the word awesome lightly. So hey, do you guys have any questions? Because I've been on for quite a while here. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you so much for coming over. I just really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. It's free. If you are serious about being a world traveler, join the paid. It's only $55 a year upgrade because I do videos on there for my specials about certain aspects of traveling, itineraries, accommodation, how I find really good places to stay, your mindset, your money, all kinds of things. And then you can ask me directly questions in there when you're a special paid subscriber. You can try it out too. It's 15 a month. So if you just want to see, come on down. I'm giving you something I don't think other people are because of the 20 years experience and my age. So I started at age 49. I didn't start when I was a youngster of 20 nothing. I did do a lot of adventures when I was in my 20 nothings, but now that we're over 50 and we're like, how much time do I have left? You really want to have a good time. You want to travel. You want to spend time with your family. You want to try different things, learn a new language. I mean, I always feel empowered when I can say some words, however badly, in Italian or French, to a real resident. Of course, they usually end up in France. This is what happens. So don't believe anything that you hear if you've never been to France about French people. They're wonderful. They're so educated and nice. They'll say, "We can speak English," when they hear my bad French. And then we do. French is harder than Italian, but that's so nice of them to say that. So a lot of French people, more the younger ones, know English. And they've even told me that the older people don't as much know English. Although, I've just had such great experiences in the south of France and in Paris and in Lourdes and in Reims, Reims. Oh, and so that's a photography and champagne retreat for October 2026. I would love to have you come. It's in Paris and the Champagne region for 1 week. We get amazing street photos and we drink champagne in the caves. And I've done it and it's fun. Doesn't even cost that much. So, and again, only 3 to 6 people. So if you want to try to do the solo travel thing, so I don't know if I said this, but the people that are coming on my Sicily retreat, I helped with their onward travel and what they wanted to do afterwards. So that's also included when you come with me on a retreat. I help you plan if you want to do something before the retreat on a solo trip or after. So you get that help from me. Because people have said, I'd like to be there longer, like say 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. That's completely understandable because you came all the way. And so I recommend doing some other things after or before the retreat so that you can experience the country that we're in more, or you want to go to another country. There's a lot of different options in Italy and France for ferries and trains and buses. So I've done mostly trains in France and Italy, some buses, planes, and some ferries. So you just keep learning. That's the thing about getting older. It's really fun to have the experience. So getting back to the authentic travel, this is direct experience I'm sharing with you. This is not hearsay. It's not based on someone else's expertise. It's not based on Chat GPT. It's based on me actually doing the trip, the country, the itinerary that I'm talking about with you. And that's really valuable. Hi, Emma, aging psychologist. Thanks for coming over. We're just wrapping up. So if anybody has any questions about the solo or traveling authentically in any kind of with your partner in a group. Hi, Emma. Thanks for coming over. I'd love to answer you because I'm very excited and on a mission to get people traveling more. And I'll have all my links below for if you want to take better travel pictures when you're traveling with your phone. You don't have to have any experience with photography. Even if you've never picked up a phone or camera before, never taken a picture, you can do this. And also, if you need extra help for the one-on-one consultation, you can get it. And you can also be a paid subscriber because I do a lot of videos, 1 or 2 a week, for my specials on how to travel better and how to get started. So if you're a beginner and you really want to get started, especially if you're over age 50 and you need help, where to go, how much it's going to cost, your visa, what country you're from, how much money it's going to take. After being in 34 countries, I know what things cost. I know how to get there. One thing I'll say about being in Europe is that it's a very easy country to start solo traveling in because the infrastructure is so good. It's better than the United States in that regard because the transportation is so good. It's available to everyone. You don't have to rent a car. I rented a car in Spain once. It's really, I vowed to never do it again. The driving is very different there. It's much faster. Don't go on the Autobahn. So I find it a lot less stressful to take the train, stay near a train station. There's always accommodation near a train station. You just walk off the train, stay in a place that's clean, and then get back on the train. So, love to help you with your travels. Make sure, I'm going to leave you with this. Make sure the person giving you advice about things, including a Chat GPT, is real advice that they've directly experienced. You can't really tell with Chat GPT because it's just being trained, but on other people's content. But if Chat GPT got it from content that's not really true, it is wise to talk to people that have actually done it, what you want to do, and then go to the place and find out for yourself if you feel like, okay, this is a good place to go. So my top, before I get off, I want to recommend my top 5 countries to go to solo. France, Italy, Cambodia, Brazil, India. I really love it, and you can do it solo, but it is more challenging than the ones I just mentioned. And Brazil can be challenging too solo. So let's go back to France, Spain. No, wait, France, Italy, Spain. We can add Spain. I've done solo travel in Spain. Bali is good, and Cambodia. I'm trying to think of any that I might have left out. Those are easy countries to do by yourself. And some of them are pretty affordable. Spain, Italy, and France are affordable in the winter. And the prices double starting in the spring. So that's something to be aware of. I'm going to be doing another 3-month trip in Europe starting in January. So if you want help, come on board for my one-on-one consultation or come on over and join the free newsletter. And if you're serious about travel, I would say try out the month for $15 or just go whole hog and get in on the year for $55 because I do videos every week just for my specials on solo travel. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for coming over and staying with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to come and look at every one of your Substacks, and I hope you join me, and I'll see you in the next video.